we go here. These are our Cornish hens. We got these from our co-op. You can get these from, like I said, any grocery store. This is a Cornish hen. So Cornish hen is just a baby chicken. It's not a mature chicken. So when we say Cornish hen is one of the best things to feed your dog, it's because the bones are smaller. They're easily digestible. This chicken or this Cornish hen has not been pumped with all these things to get it mature and make it huge and all those things that you see in the store. So, I really like Cornish hen. I can tell you from our co-op, I got 30 pounds of Cornish hen for $30. That's $1 a pound. And if Howie eats between 1.5 pounds and 2 pounds a day, that's like what, $1.50, $1.75 a day. I'm going to show you guys how we skin these, and I'm going to show you how I can give him one of these legs, and he's going to go to town on it, okay? So that's one thing that we got. These are also some other things we got. These are chicken thighs and drumsticks. And do you see this? The goal in the book that you'll read, and what we promote and tell you guys is all the issues that come up with your dog lie in this and this. And what is this? This is the skin on these. So our goal is to remove as much of that as we can because this is where all the toxins lie, okay? So these are drumsticks and thighs that I got. These, the same thing. I got 50 pounds for $50. Look at how inexpensive that is. I already took these, and let me walk you over here and show you. I already took those, and I already cleaned them up, and this is what they look like with trying to get as much of the fat off of them as possible. And all I'm going to do now is take my kitchen poultry shears, cut these in little sections, give this to Howie to eat as a whole, and he can eat that. And here, look at how fast. This probably took me, I want to say, a half hour to do this, and now I got another half hour with the other batch, so it's not that much. Okay, these here, let me show you these. Let me flip around. So we got our Cornish hen, we got our chickens, and now we got these. I got a full box of these, which was 40 pounds. This is rabbit, okay? So this was a little expensive. These in your normal grocery store are about $9 a pound. We were able to find them for $4 a pound. And here's your rabbit. So we're gonna take this, we're gonna use probably a hatchet or ratchet or whatever you call those. I don't know. My husband's gonna have to do it because these are too dense of a bone for me. I can't do it in my kitchen shears, it won't work. But this is our rabbit, so we're gonna cut this rabbit up and give this to Howie. This is not a lot. We don't do this a lot because it is on the pricier side. We do more of the Cornish hen, and we do actually primarily Cornish hen, but I got a good deal on this chicken, so that was why I bought this too. But we did the rabbit because we always like to switch things up. Sometimes I'll give him lamb, sometimes I'll give him duck, sometimes I'll give him rabbit, sometimes I'll give him beef, chicken, fish, just to kind of spread it around and give him a variety. So that's that. This is our beef heart. We did a big last order on our co-op, and we did like 60 pounds of it. This is still left over from that. And beef heart is actually a muscle meat. We cut all the fat off of it. We cut it in cubes, and we put a couple of these in Howie's meal when we meal prep, okay? So we did that. We got some organ here, and let me show you, that's what a beef liver looks like. But when I buy it, I can buy it in bulk, but I already had some. Other than that, I can get it from my Asian market. And look at this. You can see these chicken gizzards here, $1.99 a pound, and I got $5 worth here. So that's chicken gizzards. And then we also got chicken livers. You see that here, $4.13, $1.49 a pound. I take my organs. I'm going to show you guys a trick here. A couple things that I do. I take my organs and I grind them up. And let me show you one of my most favorite things right here. This is my little mini food processor. I take some of those organs, I put them right here in my mini food processor, I blend them up, and I put them in these molds, okay? In these molds, I put it in my freezer, and I freeze them together, and look, that's an organ treat for Howie. He does not like, I don't know, it's weird, I think he's got a texture thing, but when I try to feed him, don't mind my coffee pot there, but when I try to feed him just straight up, gizzards or livers, he does not like the texture, so I find for him what works well is if I grind them, I put them in my mold, take them out of my mold, and put this in his bowl. He will eat them no problem. Another little trick when you're doing this with these silicone molds, use a cookie sheet underneath it or use a cutting board. That way when you're transferring it to your freezer, it's not flopping all over the place. So you can see that. And I already have a bunch of them that I did. I did these earlier during the week. You can see that. Now that I'm meal prepping, I'm going to put a little bit of everything in his container of food kind of like, hold on, let me show you this one I already have done here. I'm trying to do this one-handed. See, I already have a meat meal all put together for him. And there is a little bit of beef heart in there. There's some ground turkey neck. There is one of these organ molds in there somewhere. This has been put in the freezer. I pull that out, and that's how I feed them. So simple and easy. But this is a nice trick. So if you have picky eaters, when it comes to those organs, this is a way to do it. You want to be careful that you don't give too much at once. Start out small, because if you give too much organ at once, they're going to get a stomach upset. They're going to get diarrhea. You're going to see their stool color a lot darker, and you're going to know that it's because of the organ. But Howie does actually exceptionally well. We started out small, and now he can handle one of these big bones, and we put that right into his food, and he eats it no problem. So we kind of showed you guys the organs, the beef heart. We also do mussels. So from our co-op, we got mussels. You can get them from like your Asian store or anywhere. We got them in mussels. We take them out of the shells, and you can actually feed them. Howie, come here. Howie, come here. You want a treat? Come here. See, now he's nowhere to be found. But I can just feed these raw to Howie, or I actually put them in my dehydrator, and I dehydrated them for him, and I can give them to him as treats, okay? Something else I do with that liver right there that you see, this is the liver. So an organ, you know, like the one I was telling you that we grind. I can also take this organ, I can put it on a parchment paper, baking sheet, put it in my dehydrator, and I can actually turn those into this right here, which becomes liver treats. I don't buy any treats from the store anymore. I make my own, and look, there you go. There's a liver treat. Look at that. So I can just feed him just like that. So if you guys have puppies, you can make these very, very inexpensively, about $3. You can take your handy dandy, which is one of the things I always recommend to have. You can take one of your poultry kitchen shears, cut those up into really small pieces, and this is what you can use as training treats for your pets. So I do have some videos in my Instagram TV that does talk about making those treats and the organs, so check those out if you can. Okay, so we talked about the rabbit, we talked about the chicken. We also have here this big beef round. So this I did not get from my local co-op. This I found this from Sam's Club, and I had, what did I do with it? Okay, here we go, let's see. So this is from Sam's Club. This is, you can see, beef sirloin tip. It was 15 pounds, $43. It comes out to be, again, I watched the sales. With this whole crazy COVID, meat prices have been going up and down. Sometimes it's expensive, sometimes it's cheap. I don't feed beef a lot, but when I do, I try to get as lean pieces as possible. You can see here, just like we talked about chicken and fat, anything where you see this marbling like this, that's fat. Goal is to get that off. So regardless of if it's chicken or any kind of meat, you want to get rid of that fat. So here, what we did is we cut that in half. It's a 15-pound piece. We're going to cut it in half. We're going to cut these into cubes for Howie, trying to eliminate and get off as much of the fat as we can. But another great tip for you guys is that you guys can make jerky treats out of them for humans and for your pets. So what we're doing is we are making jerky treats for Howie. So just like I was saying with the other things, I just took some strips of them. I wish I was able to cut them a little skinnier, but I'm not. So I made him some strips of them. We're going to put these in our dehydrator, and we're going to dehydrate them, and Howie's going to have his own jerky treats. So see that? You don't need to go to the store and buy those. You can make them yourself easily. You can also get this too. Like we found this at our Cabela's. Look, it's a jerky making kit for humans. So if you guys want to try and make it for your spouses, you guys like jerky. A lot of people are doing keto. So hey, get this, try it. But see how I say that a lot of these foods and things are double duty? So you can take this and make half of it for your family, make half of it for your pet. Same thing when it comes to the Cornish hens. Many people swear by them and say that they're so delicious. For your pets, for you. So it's pretty simple and easy if you just think about things the right way. So this is what we're working on here for Howie, and we're doing that. So we got our beef we're working on. We got our chicken already here that we cleaned. So this is where I want to go back a step and show you. So remember I said that's where we started? This is what they look like when they're done. This is what we took off. This. Look at that. See that? See? Look at how much is in there. This is where I say, this is where all the problems lie in with what we feed our pets. So one of the things that I was telling you guys before when I was doing pre-made raw with feeding Howie, this is where I made the mistake, because when you feed pre-made raw, Many times they're just taking this whole piece right here and they're grinding it up, skin and everything. So your dog is still getting that fat in there, which is not helping them at all. So our goal and why I do this is because I can control this. I can take that piece and I can cut all this off, and then this is what I get out of it, okay? We throw this away because this is where all your toxins, this is where all your issues lie. I will say that long time ago, I used to say chicken was bad. You don't want to eat chicken. Chickens are what make your dogs itch. And now I have come to learn to love chicken because it's not the chicken, it's this on the chicken, which is the problem. You can see that Howie eats this Cornish hen primarily. He has no issues or anything whatsoever. And you can watch. I'll show you guys. I'll give him one of these and you guys will see him eat this, okay? Here is turkey necks. So we also get turkey necks. These are actually very inexpensive too. They're frozen. I was hoping that they were going to be done by now, but they're not. But this is a turkey neck. My co-op, I can get one of these for $1. Do you believe this? This whole thing is $1, and Howie absolutely loves these. See how big this is though? I actually have to take this and grind it up because he will try and eat that thing whole and stick it in his mouth and swallow it. So I tend to grind it up, and we got our big grinder out. So we just actually invested, got a Cabela's Carnivore 1 horsepower grinder, and this is what we're working on right now. We already did one. We grinded up a turkey neck. We grinded up some turkey breast. We're gonna mix that together, and look at that. Howie's got his bone. He's got his meat. We can add that organ treat or a little bit of liver in there for him. And we can even add a piece of fish if we want. So here you can see that we got some little anchovies, smelt. You can use sardines, whatever you can get your hands on. We kind of mix up and feed all kinds of things. So now you can see that we're covered with our Cornish hen, our chicken thighs and drumsticks, our rabbit, our beef heart, our beef sirloin tip here, our turkey necks, and now we got some fish. So yes, you can feed fish. No, you do not need to cook the fish first. We do salmon a lot, and this is some cod. So we got some wild caught cod. And again, I don't feed fish a ton, but I always like to vary it up for Howie because the way that I look at it is because you're not, like we're so trained to think that they need supplements to give them this kind of vitamin and that kind of vitamin. By giving a little bit of all these different things, you are giving your dog all the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that they need to be well-rounded. There's no such thing as a balanced diet. There was no dog in the wild that ever went and measured out exactly what vitamin this had and what vitamin that had. So if you just stick to trying to feed your dog what they like, a little bit of different things, you will see that they are going to benefit from it and be healthy, just like Howie. Yes, you can feed an entire meal of fish if you want. Depends on if, that's what you prefer, or depending on where you live in the world. Some people don't have as good of access like we do to like the turkey necks and the beef and the Cornish hen and things. So I always say, try and get what you guys can get in your area. So we wanted to show you what we picked up from our haul today. I'm going to do a post on it. I'm going to show you guys. This is what we pay through our haul. This is everything that we have here today that we are meal prepping for Howie. Everything that I spent here today, you can see, is $440.84. By the time we're all done with this, we're going to show you guys how many of these little meals together that we're going to get and how long this is going to feed him, because this will feed him for months on end. And we want to be able to show you guys that. Okay, so here we are back at it again, just finishing up all that meat that you've seen us prepping the other day. We're going to talk about what we are doing with all this. This is our beef, our section of beef, or that big chunk of beef that I have. I just cut all the fat off and I cubed it up. This is a veal heart, same thing again, just cut all the fat off and cut it into little cubes. This is our rabbit here that we grinded. This is our turkey neck that we grinded. This is our 30 Cornish hens that we trimmed the skin and fat off and just cut them up into sections and left them, as you can see, bone in. And then this is all that gross skin and everything that we took off of those Cornish hens. Look at all that grossness. Would you want to eat that? Sick. Anyway, what we're going to do now is we are going to take these and we are going to package them up in our containers here that we've already kind of started. And what we have in here is just an organ grind, taking some variety of organs and just grinding them. I put them into molds. I freeze them for Howie just because it's easier for him to eat this way. He doesn't like the texture of them if I just put them in and it's their original form. So I grind them and freeze them and put them in here. And we also have an anchovy. So we're going to go through, we're going to package all these up, and we're going to show you how we do it. As you can see, we're starting here with our rabbit grind, which offers a great source of vitamins A, C, D, iron, calcium, and potassium.
We also do Cornish Hen, which offers calcium, phosphorus, vitamins A, C, D, iron, calcium, and potassium. Beef, which is high in protein and offers iron, zinc, selenium, B12, B3, B6. Our turkey necks, which offer B6, B12, vitamins D and E, niacin, phosphorus, copper, magnesium, zinc, calcium, iron, selenium, riboflavin, folate, choline, and also our beef heart, which is great for folate, iron, zinc, selenium, vitamins B2, B6, B12, which is your B complex. Our veal heart, which offers thiamine, B6, niacin, and phosphorus, as well as our salmon, which is a great protein offering vitamin B, potassium, selenium, and is a great source of omega-3 fatty acids, along with our cod, which is high in vitamin A and D, as well as another great source of those omega-3 fatty acids. Our liver offers vitamins B12, vitamin A, riboflavin, copper, folate, iron, and choline, and then our gizzards offer calcium, copper, vitamins D and C. So by offering a variety of different proteins, bone matter, meats, organs, you're giving your dogs all that they need as a source of vitamins, amino acids, and minerals, which is why you don't need to do supplements like we used to do. So here you can just see that we are finishing up our meal prep here. We get our containers from Amazon. We actually buy them in sizes that are perfect prep size for Howie. Howie's 55 pounds, so he should be getting 1.65 pounds of meat per day, which we break into 2 meals. I actually give him 10 to 12 ounces. I really don't measure it out. I can eyeball it now, but for average purposes here and what I weighed out, everything came out to about 11 ounces, which included the organ grind, as well as that little piece of fish in there that you see. So we are going to show you at the end how many meals we get out of all these grinds, and the chickens and Cornish hens that we did, how much we spent on it, so that you can see exactly how much it would cost you to do this. Again, the rabbit is something that we don't do all the time. It is just something that we did this time because we like to offer a variety. So your prices may vary. I would say on average, we probably spend about $75 a month if you factor in doing a variety of low-end meats, high-end meats, and your fruits and vegetables on plant day. So we will show you that here at the end. So we are just going through prepping all the rest of these packages together, measuring them up for you, putting them all together for Howie, and then we're going to show you what they look like in our freezer when we are all done. I actually like to meal prep and do this in advance because it saves time for me when I am feeding him, as well as I'm busy with work. If I'm out of town, my kids can feed him. I just pull out how many days he needs to eat his meat days, which he does 3 days in a row. I pull him out of the freezer the night before, so that would be 2 meals per day. 3 days is 6 packages. I let him thaw on the counter overnight, pull one out, and then I feed him, and he's good to go. Put the rest in the fridge.
So we're gonna check out Howie's freezer and exactly how we have all his meals prepared. This is in my garage, and this is it. Look at that. So we got all those meals in there lined up. Everything is set. Some things from our first haul. We got some liver still in there frozen. We got still a lot of rabbit that we didn't have room for, and I didn't want to grind it all up because I knew it wasn't gonna have room to store it anywhere, or how he was gonna like it, so only did a little bit. We got all these bags of chicken feed here. We still got organs down there, more liver here. We got some big turkey thighs if we need them, more chicken feet. And we always like to have certain veggies on hand frozen in case we run out. So we found zucchini spirals. These are actually already cooked asparagus. All I have to do is steam them, and Howie would be good to go. So look at that. That is his freezer.
Here's what our meal prep looks like cost-wise, what our meal prep looks like, what our fridge looks like.
Okay, today's meat day, and obviously you can see he can't wait. What does he have here? He's got a Cornish hen, skinned, all the fat cut off and cut up. He's got an organ grind that I froze in there for him, and watch this. He cannot wait. He loves meat day. He likes plant day, but he loves meat day more. He has no problem eating a Cornish hen up. He'll chew it up pretty good. He knows how to do it side to side. Did you hear that crunch? See that? There have been a couple times that he's thrown it up, and that was just because he ate it too fast. But if he throws it up, he eats it again and he's perfectly fine. And you can see this, he's doing good.